For years, America's war machine was built on a handful of exquisite, billion-dollar platforms, until $800 kamikaze drones forced the Pentagon to rethink everything. The Switchblade 600 wasn't meant to be the star of U.S. arsenals, but now the Replicator program is racing to field thousands like it, chasing Russia's brutal math: lose cheap, strike expensive, bleed the enemy by the thousands. The official playbook called it an evolution, but on August 28, 2023, everything changed. The COPYCATS isn't just about imitation. It's about how the world's military superpowers are converging on a single, explosive truth. So what broke the old system? And what happens when mass finally outweighs mastery? Russian drone teams in Ukraine rewrote the rules of battlefield targeting. Their method was simple but relentless. Pair a reconnaissance drone like the Orlan 10 with a Lancet loitering munition, then strike before defenders could react. The Orlan 10, circling quietly overhead, scanned for artillery, armor, or air defense vehicles. Once a target was confirmed, coordinates and live video streamed back to the Lancet crew, often less than a kilometer away, who launched the attack drone within minutes. This tight cycle, from detection to destruction, sometimes took less than 5 minutes. Operators guided the Lancet by encrypted radio, keeping a human in the loop until the final seconds. The process was repeated day after day, with each strike documented on video and quickly uploaded for review. The economics were staggering. A single Lancet cost about $35,000, a fraction of the price of the tanks and howitzers it destroyed. But even that looked expensive next to the true game changer: first-person view, or FPV, kamikaze drones assembled from commercial parts for as little as $800. These FPVs, often used by both Russian and Ukrainian units, could be launched in swarms, each one hunting for a target, each loss easily replaced. On some days, Ukrainian units reported launching 10 to 30 FPVs per platoon, accepting high losses because the cost per strike was so low. For US planners, the lesson was brutal. Expensive platforms, tanks, self-propelled guns, even mobile air defenses were being hunted and destroyed by devices that cost less than a single military tire. The kill chain had collapsed to the squad level. No warning, no time to reposition, just a live video feed and a direct hit. This wasn't just a tactical surprise. It was a proof of concept that proved mass, speed, and low cost could break the old logic of military spending. The battlefield in Ukraine showed, beyond any doubt, that numbers and rapid adaptation could overwhelm even the most sophisticated defenses. On August 28, 2023, the Pentagon unveiled its answer to the drone shockwaves rippling out of Ukraine. The program was called Replicator, and its mandate was clear: deliver thousands of attritable, autonomous systems across air, land, and sea in less than 2 years. The budget was set at roughly $500 million per year for fiscal years 2024 and 2025, with the first contracts routed through the Defense Innovation Unit and overseen by senior leadership in the Office of the Secretary of Defense. This wasn't a pilot project or a study. Congressional appropriations spelled out in plain language the goal to rapidly field multiple thousands of drones, an explicit break from the slow, risk-averse procurement cycles of the past. The first public acquisition under Replicator went to AeroVironment's Switchblade 600, a loitering munition designed for long-range anti-armor and precision strike. The Switchblade 600 can be carried by a single operator, launched from a tube, and guided by live video feed to targets miles away. Its warhead is powerful enough to destroy a tank, but the system is cheap enough to be used in quantity, even if many are lost in action. This is the logic of attrition. Accept the loss of a $70,000 drone if it can destroy a vehicle worth millions. Senior Army officials have been blunt in testimony. America can't keep buying gold-plated weapons that fall to $800 FPV drones. Instead, Replicator aims to flood the field with expendable systems, overwhelming enemy defenses by sheer numbers and speed of replacement. Behind the scenes, Replicator's governance structure bypasses traditional acquisition bottlenecks. Other transaction authority contracts, commercial solutions openings, and industry days drew in over 800 companies, from established defense primes to Silicon Valley startups. By late 2024, hundreds of drones have been delivered, with more to follow as the August 2025 deadline approaches. The program's progress remains partly classified, but the message is unmistakable. The U.S. military is betting on mass, speed, and rapid adaptation. The era of exquisite, irreplaceable platforms is giving way to a new playbook, one built for a world where the cost of losing a drone matters less than the cost of losing the fight. Israel's drone doctrine was forged through decades of real-world combat, long before Ukraine's FPV revolution made headlines. The roots trace back to the IAI Harop, a loitering munition developed in the early 1990s to hunt enemy radar. That legacy continued with the Harop, a system exported to multiple countries and refined for precision strikes against mobile targets. These platforms established Israel as the pioneer of loitering munitions, but the pace and scale have accelerated sharply in recent years. In Gaza, the Israel Defense Forces have moved beyond one-off strikes to mass deployment. Procurement records from 2024 show tenders for thousands of FPV drones, with companies like X-Tend contracted to supply large volumes on short timelines. These drones, often operated in tightly coordinated teams, are now a daily feature of IDF urban operations. Infantry units use FPVs for route clearance, room-by-room assaults, and rapid battle damage assessment, tasks that once required slow, risky maneuvers on foot. Operator teams, sometimes working in buddy pairs, link their drone feeds directly to battalion-level command systems, allowing near-instant feedback and adjustment during combat. The Legion X demonstration by Elbit Systems offered a glimpse of where this is headed. In 2025, the company showcased a multi-drone swarm capable of autonomous search, identification, and strike coordination, executing complex urban missions with minimal human input. While not yet standard issue, the Legion X trial validated the concept. Dozens of drones, operating as a synchronized pack, can overwhelm defenses and compress the time from target detection to neutralization down to minutes. Israeli officials point to these swarm exercises as proof that quantity, when paired with smart coordination, delivers decisive battlefield effects. Israel's approach is not just about numbers. It's about integrating drones into every level of command and every phase of an operation. The IDF's experience in Gaza, backed by procurement of thousands of FPVs and successful swarm demonstrations, stands as real-world evidence that massed, attritable systems are no longer theory. They are operational reality. The U.S. military's response to the drone revolution has gone far beyond buying American. In 2024, the Marine Corps quietly selected Israel's U-Vision Hero 120 loitering munition for its Organic Precision Fires program. The Hero 120 is a tube-launched, operator-guided drone designed to loiter above the battlefield, then dive onto targets like tanks or artillery. Its mission profile mirrors Russia's Lancet, but the system is built for squad-level use, with a warhead size for armored vehicles and a range that covers several kilometers. Not to be outdone, U.S. Special Operations Command purchased the ROCX, known commercially as Point Blank, from Israel Aerospace Industries. ROCX is small enough to fit in a backpack, can be recovered if unused, and delivers precision strikes in minutes. Both systems underscore a new reality. Israel's combat-tested drones are now woven directly into the American arsenal. This technological cross-pollination is only one part of the transformation. The Pentagon has launched a new breed of training programs, modeled on the Navy's legendary Top Gun school, but focused on first-person view and kamikaze drone operations. These courses compress the kill chain to minutes, teaching operators to scout, strike, and upload battle damage using off-the-shelf quadcopters and advanced loitering munitions. The curriculum draws lessons from Ukraine, Gaza, and joint U.S.-Israel exercises, emphasizing speed, improvisation, and teamwork. New operator cohorts, young Marines, Army gunners, SOCOM teams, are learning to run drone swarms as easily as their predecessors fired rifles or drove tanks. But the race is not one-sided. As thousands of attritable drones flood the battlefield, countermeasures are escalating in parallel. The Army's DEMS HORAD vehicles now field 50-kilowatt lasers to burn drones out of the sky, while the Navy's HELIOS system arms destroyers with shipboard lasers and optical dazzlers. The Air Force has deployed high-power microwave systems like THOR to fry electronics en masse. Across the services, mobile jammers, radar-cued interceptors, and low-power directed energy weapons are rolling out at record speed. Every new offensive drone triggers a fresh round of defensive innovation, and every defensive breakthrough forces attackers to adapt again. The offense-defense spiral is now a defining feature of modern war, driven by the relentless pace of technology and the lessons learned in real combat. For the operators at the center of this arms race, the margin between hunter and hunted grows narrower with each passing month. In August 2023, the U.S. Department of Defense launched the Replicator Initiative, committing $500 million per year to field thousands of attritable drones by 2025. This marked a direct response to battlefield evidence from Ukraine, where $800 FPV drones regularly destroyed multi-million-dollar armored vehicles and air defenses. Israel, which pioneered loitering munitions decades earlier, has since scaled up production and integrated swarm tactics, echoing trends seen in both Russian and Ukrainian operations. The U.S. Marine Corps' adoption of the Israeli Hero 120 and SOCOM's procurement of the point-blank drone show how quickly these lessons are shaping Allied arsenals. Yet, the full details of drone effectiveness, loss rates, and evolving countermeasures remain classified. What is clear from declassified documents and procurement records is a fundamental shift. Quantity, speed, and adaptability now outweigh traditional notions of military superiority. The era of mass, attritable drones has begun, and the outcome will depend on who can produce, deploy, and adapt faster.